Just when you thought things couldn't get more intense in the Dales, next week flips everything on its head. From shocking accusations to simmering confrontations, Emmerdale is turning up the drama big time. John's secretive behaviour raises red flags, Kammy throws down the gauntlet to Jacob, and Dawn? Well, she might just make a decision that changes everything for her and Billy. But hold on, this week isn't just about tension. There's a twist you won't see coming that could split one family right down the middle. So if you're ready for 5 juicy spoilers that'll have you shouting at your telly, hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you never miss your weekly Emmerdale fix. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. 1. John comes under suspicion. This week on Emmerdale, viewers finally uncovered the jaw-dropping truth about John Sugden. But back in the village, no one suspects a thing. Yep, there's a killer living right under everyone's noses, and nobody has a clue. Flashbacks have started to piece it all together, showing that John's got a serious hero complex. He's been creating dangerous situations just so he can swoop in and save the day. Twisted, right? One of those flashbacks finally revealed what really happened to Nate. Everyone thought he'd left for the Shetlands, but he actually died after John injected him with something for the pain, even though Nate said no. Whatever John gave him, it caused a bad reaction, and Nate didn't survive. John then quietly got rid of the body. Turns out John was also the one behind Chaz's recent collapse. He messed with her painkillers, then framed Ella by smashing a window at the Woolpack and even cancelling Chaz and Liam's wedding in her name. The bloke's on a mission. And his next victim? Jacob. In another twisted attempt to play hero, John swapped drinks with him, knowing that almond milk in his own coffee would trigger Jacob's severe allergy. He even hid Jacob's AAI pen and waited nearby while Jacob collapsed in front of Victoria. Once Jacob was on the brink of death, John made a dramatic entrance to save the day. Proper sinister. Actor Oliver Farnworth, who plays John, said the wildest part is that viewers know everything before the rest of the village. And with so many secrets bubbling under the surface, it's only a matter of time before it all explodes. But John's not just tangled up in Jacob's drama. He's also mixed up in a whole other mess involving Aaron. Aaron had beaten up Ruby's abusive dad, Anthony, and when he and John went back to check on him, Anthony appeared to be dead. What they didn't know was Ruby had already been there, and may have finished the job herself. John promised Aaron he'd deal with the body, and later showed Ruby, Caleb, and Steph exactly where he'd buried Anthony in the woods. Fast forward to next week, and things take another dark turn. A mysterious bunch of flowers turns up at Mill Cottage, apparently from Anthony. Steph spirals, convinced he's still alive. But it turns out it was all a sick trick by Jai, who's suspicious the family's hiding something. When Ruby confronts Jai and reveals her dad abused her, he quickly backs off. But while Jai's out of the picture, Joe has started poking around, asking questions about Anthony's disappearance. And here's where it gets really intense. Steph, still suspicious, heads out to the woods to see for herself. But when the family catches up with her, she's already digging. That's when it hits them. Something's not right. The ground hasn't been touched. It looks like no one's buried anything here at all. Everyone turns to John. Is Anthony actually dead? Or is there another secret he's hiding? 2. Victoria digs into John's past. There's more dodgy behaviour from John next week, and it all starts when Aaron suggests they make use of the wedding bookings Chaz and Liam had lined up, before they decided to put things on hold. Seems harmless enough, right? But John doesn't take it well. In fact, he gets proper wound up and storms off, clearly annoyed that Aaron didn't run it by him first. Aaron's left scratching his head, wondering what that was all about. The next day, John tries to smooth things over and apologises for how he reacted. He's in a strangely calm and reflective mood, admitting to Aaron that he struggled with control in the past. Now, Aaron's none the wiser about just how far John's taken that need for control. So he just offers his support, and the two seem to patch things up. Things are looking better between them, until they start chatting about the guest list for the wedding. When Aaron asks who John plans to invite, John looks completely caught off guard. He fumbles around for an answer, then gets defensive, saying he doesn't really have many close mates or family. Fair enough on the surface, but it definitely leaves Aaron wondering if there's something more John's not saying. Feeling bad for her half-brother, Victoria decides to take matters into her own hands. She comes up with a plan to get in touch with some of John's old army mates and invite them to the stag do, hoping to give him a nice surprise. But the big question is, will this thoughtful gesture bring people together? Or is Victoria about to dig up something John's been desperate to keep buried? 3. Will Dawn leave Billy? Joe's back in the village after his secret kidney transplant. And the twist? The kidney came from his uncle Caleb, who had no idea he was donating it to Joe. Now, fresh off the operating table, Joe's got one thing on his mind: winning Dawn back. You'll remember Joe and Dawn were having a full-blown affair behind Billy's back. But when Joe vanished without warning, Dawn figured that chapter was well and truly closed. Turns out, Kim's known about the affair for a while, and she's fuming when she realises Joe's planning to pick things up right where he left off. But Joe insists he's serious about Dawn and that his feelings haven't changed. Now, Dawn's been trying to rebuild things with Billy, but Joe's return has thrown her completely off balance. She's doing her best to stay focused on her marriage, but deep down, she knows Joe's right when he says she's still in love with him. As Joe pushes her to leave Billy, Dawn starts to feel the pressure. She's got Clemmy, Lucas, and little Evan to think about, and it's not just her heart on the line, it's her whole family. And let's not forget, Billy's no saint either. He recently admitted to chatting with other women online. And, yep, even subscribing to Dr. Manpreet's Only Followers page. Not exactly husband of the year behaviour. As Billy spends time with the kids, Dawn can't help but feel like she's living a lie. She keeps dodging him until she finally confides in Manpreet, opening up about the whole mess. Later on, Dawn meets up with Joe and tells him she's finally made her decision. But the big question is, has she decided to fight for her marriage? Or is she about to walk away from Billy for good? Suds 4. Caleb edges closer to the truth. Joe's starting to stir up trouble in the Milligans' world, and Caleb's beginning to get suspicious. So he decides to play it smart, keep his enemies close. He invites Joe round for lunch at Mill Cottage, completely unaware that Joe's the one who arranged the attack that ended with Caleb losing a kidney. Now, Joe's not daft. He knows this sudden interest from Caleb is a bit odd, even though he played the hero by getting Caleb to that private clinic after the attack. He's still on guard. To play it safe, Joe brings his half-brother Noah along for the lunch. But just as they're about to head off, something slips. Literally. A box of medication drops out of Joe's coat pocket as Steph hands it to him. Joe quickly grabs it back, but Caleb clocks it and straight away he's curious. Later that day, Caleb decides to dig a bit deeper. He breaks a light fitting at the depot on purpose and calls Noah over to fix it, giving him the perfect chance to get Noah on his own. While they're chatting, Caleb starts asking questions. Nothing too obvious, just enough to see what Noah might let slip. And sure enough, Noah mentions having strange visions when he was spiked. Reckons he saw himself in some sort of clinic, with Joe right there beside him. Now Caleb's alarm bells are ringing. He starts digging even deeper, desperate to uncover the truth. But the big question is, how far will he go to find out what really happened? And will he discover just how much Joe's been hiding? 5. Kammy challenges Jacob. Also next week, Jacob's pulling out all the stops to try and win back his ex, Sarah, from her new fella Kammy. Now, Sarah's grand charity has made it clear she's not Kammy's biggest fan, She reckons he's a bad influence. And just recently, she even asked Jacob if they could team up to bring Kammy down once and for all. Thinking he's got the upper hand, Jacob tries to catch Kammy out by proving he's been seeing another girl. But, as you'd expect, things don't quite go to plan. After clashing again over Sarah, Kammy throws down a challenge, a dirt bike race. Jacob jumps at it, dead keen to prove himself, even though Charity and Sam are both quick to tell him it's not a great idea. Jacob's feeling pretty confident, but Charity's properly worried about what could go wrong. She even suggests they come up with a proper training plan just to give him a better shot at winning, and staying in one piece. But here's the real question. Has Jacob bitten off more than he can chew just to try and win Sarah back? And there you have it. 5 explosive spoilers coming to Emmerdale from the 14th to the 18th of April. From shady secrets and shocking twists to love triangles and dangerous dares, it's all kicking off in the Dales next week. And honestly, we're only just scratching the surface. So, what do you think? Will Dawn really walk away from Billy? Can Caleb finally uncover what Joe's been hiding? And are we about to see John's dark truth finally come out? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Get your theories in now, because I've got a feeling things are about to blow up. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the bell so you're first to know when the next batch of spoilers drop. Cheers for watching, and I'll catch you next time with even more drama straight from the Dales. Till then, take care and keep those Emmerdale theories coming.